For the next part of our Bat Going Batty series, we are going to make some paper bats, and then we are going to make some way to put string through them or fishing line through them so we can race our bats. All right, so I'm just going to show you quick. So I've actually taped my string to the table, and then you're going to stand back from your string, and you're going to have your bat on there, and you can race your bats. Right? So if you have another person who wants to make a bat, you can set up 2 of these, and you can go all the way across the room, so you can race these and see who has the fastest bat, or you can try and see what designs work better. All right, let's get started making a bat. So I use construction paper for that bat, and that seemed to fly pretty well. If you have a sturdier cardstock, you can give that a shot. You can try both of them. This one is a little heavier, so it might be interesting to see how they compare. You're gonna need a pencil and some scissors and tape, and if you have a straw would be really helpful. Let me just show you my first bat here. I did not have a straw, so I just cut a little piece of paper and I got that onto the back of the bat, but we could do the same thing with a little straw. And fishing line. Fishing line would be the best. If you don't have fishing line, you can use yarn. And the thinner the yarn or the string, the better. And you tape one end to the table, and that is your race course. And when you lift up the other end, there goes your bat. Once you have your paper and your pencil or whatever you're going to use to draw your bat, you can get started. Here are a couple bats to look at. This is kind of a neat sketch from whitenosesyndrome.com. I'm going to try to make a bat out of cardstock. So it's up to you how you want to do it. If you want to do the bat head and the body and the wings and then the little feet. These are the little thumbs that they have that we read about in that book. So I'm just going to make a very simple bat. So for cutting out your bat, real bats have symmetrical wings. So what I'm going to do is try to fold my paper in half with my bat kind of split there, the center of the body, so that when I cut my wings out, they will be symmetrical or the same on each side. And you can make a couple different bats if you want. You can make a really big one with a whole piece of paper. You can make a small one and then see which one flies fastest. All right, so this is pretty small here. I sketched on both sides. I didn't really like my picture of the bat. But if you have a straw, I will show you what to do. If you don't have a straw, I just cut a little piece of paper. So I will show that one first. So just cut a strip of paper, and you are gonna fold a little edge on each piece, on each side. And this piece might be a little large. But then you're gonna glue this to the back of your bat so that you can run the string through it, all right? So that is one method. The other method, and you can use tape also, is to take a straw, just a normal drinking straw, and to cut a small piece of it. And then you're just gonna tape that to the back of your bat. So take your tape, and the clear tape weighs a little bit less than my masking tape. And I'm just gonna tape that to the back of my bat, and you wanna make sure you can get it as centered as possible. Why do you think you wanna do that? So the more centered it is, the more balanced it'll be when it's flying on the string. All right. So once you have some way to attach your bat to the string, you're going to want to get your string or your fishing line. And what I did was I used masking tape and I taped it down to the table, to my launching area. And then you're going to take the other end. It's going to be hard to see with my fishing line here. You're going to take that other end and you're going to get your bat ready for launching. So I'm going to just put that through the straw here. And then step back as far as my string will let me. All right. Can we get a countdown? 3, 2, 1. Woo! All right. I don't know. That didn't look as fast to me as my other one. So if you want to get really sophisticated here, you could time how long it takes your bats, if you're making different size bats, to launch. All right. Let me know how you made out with your bats. I'd like to see what they look like, what your launch looks like. If you have another person, or if you're really coordinated and you want to put 2 strings down on your table or 2 pieces of fishing line, and then you could race one with each hand, all right? Or grab a family member and see if they'll make a bat with you. So if you want to learn more about bats, there are a lot of good websites out there. The DEC has a lot of information about bats, the New York State DEC. Bats have been dealing with something called the white nose syndrome for the last decade. They get this fungus when they're in their hibernacula, in their caves in the wintertime hibernating. It's taken a toll. It's killed a lot of bats. Some of the different species of bats have had 90% of their population decimated by this fungus. But they are coming back. They are making their way back. So it's always interesting to see what is going on in New York State and what kind of research is going on. So I hope you learned something today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.